How you doing, everyone? So we are at Hitch Fit today with Amy. She drove down, her and her husband drove down from St. Louis. She is an online Hitch Fit client. She did a 16-week plan. So today, day one, she started at 147.4 pounds. Today, 114.8 pounds for about a 33-pound fat loss. Unbelievable. She started day one at 28.6% body fat. She did the dunk tank, the hydrostatic. Today we did a caliper. She's going to do a dunk tank next week again, but I calipered around 16%, so somewhere between 12 and 13% fat loss. Her hips started at 39.5 inches, today 35 inches for 4.5-inch drop. Stomach started at 36 inches around her belly button, today 27. It's a 9-inch drop. That's unbelievable. So the numbers are very dramatic, obviously. Your visual change is dramatic. Take us back to day one, how you got to that point, and what happened to cause you to say, hey, today is the day I want to start this?
Well, I had looked probably around September the year before and found your website and thought, this sounds intriguing. Somebody who's willing to train someone who's already, somewhat smaller, but, wanting to get beyond shape. The trainers I came across before weren't like that. And I was in a stressful situation through the end of the year with my job. We're really busy at the end of the year into January. And I found myself just eating and eating, and it was awful foods, horrible things, really fatty, full of carbs.
What sorts of things?
Everything. Cheeseburgers on the way home, cakes, donuts, pizza, everything awful that I could find and get my hands on is what I had. And I made a commitment that I didn't want to start the first of the year because I knew I had January stress, but I knew I was getting started the day after Super Bowl. Super Bowl was the big party finale.
Wait till the Super Bowl is over.
And I wanted to get it done, and we got started day by day.
So where did you find us?
I was looking for a trainer that would train towards fitness model physique.
Okay.
That's the search that I did. I was looking for the St. Louis area, couldn't find anything.
Sure.
Saw an online trainer, and I thought, well, this is interesting. It's kind of close, so I feel like it's not, somebody in another state. I don't know why that would matter because it was still a distance, but it just felt like, oh, this is doable. I could go there if I had to, but
sure.
I wanted someone who had success, and the before and afters were incredibly motivating.
Awesome.
And the fact that I had sent an email, like I said, the fall before I started, and you responded in like an hour with answers. I thought, okay, so this isn't just a turn in your money and you get something and there you go. This is real contact.
We stay away from like automated type of programs because I really want, the personal touch makes all the difference in the world. Where you have the opportunity and the client has the opportunity to email us and we respond within a fairly short amount of time.
Absolutely.
So take us through your transformation now. So you've made the commitment, you've signed up, you started a program. So what now? What struggles did you have? How quick did it take you to really transition into doing the program?
I was ready to go. I had worked out in the past, but I had taken like a year off without doing hardly anything. And I'm not much for cooking. I can do it. I don't like it so much.
Sure.
So that was the biggest hurdle for me, was to get the food down. I had done programs before, but never stuck with them. So we got different appliances that would make our lives easier. We got a new wave oven to make cooking the chicken a lot easier. We bought a Vitamix for the shakes, protein shakes, things to make life easier. And we got into a routine to where every Sunday we'd cook up a bunch of stuff, or Saturday make our sweet potatoes ahead of time, get them all sectioned out, put it in the freezer. And so having a plan to follow, putting it all together, and knowing each week what I was going to do. It took a lot of time. Like,
it does.
I didn't feel like I had a lot of extra stuff going on in my life at the time, but I felt like I was always busy doing something.
Yeah.
And I felt great all day long.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when it's time to go to bed, I was dead.
Slept good.
I slept fantastic.
So tell us a little bit, and we'll get into your husband too, and he's going through his transformation now. But what were some of the things that you noticed? Obviously the visual change. Everybody sees the visual change before and after. They're like, whoa! But what I always like to explain with clients and let them explain is just how you feel and all the other. Like, looking good in a bikini is almost just like the added bonus to the rest of the stuff. So kind of go into detail about the changes.
I feel it was empowering, I think is the word I want to use. I felt accomplished. Like, I actually put in the work every single day, and I was proud that I was doing that.
Yeah.
It was like, it gave me that sense of accomplishment, that I was going to make that commitment, and every day, as I mentioned, I have this t-shirt to prove it, every single day that I would go in and I would do that. And knowing that I was going to finish, I had determined that that's what's going to happen. And I think part of it being an online program made me that more determined to prove that it could work, that I didn't have to have someone right there with me, that this can be successful, and I didn't make a mistake by doing this, obviously. It worked out very well for me, and I'm very, very happy with what I learned along the way. I mean, I felt like I had some knowledge, but I never was putting it together. And having that support system to send the email, get the feedback, that little feedback was really motivational and really inspiring and helped me get through it. And it's made all the difference. As far as noticing the physical changes, like, yeah, your pants fit a little bit different, but things I noticed, like washing my stomach, like I could feel things differently. It felt different. Like I could feel muscles in there when I rubbed soap on my stomach. It was strange. But like even my hands, they felt different to me.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Well, and when we go through this transformation, I'm not there with you per se in person, but I get to see every 4 weeks the changes, the ups and the downs. There's emails sometimes the clients write and they're like, I can't do this. They have meltdowns, and that's very normal because, life is difficult and life throws curveballs at you, and you fought through it and you got to an amazing spot. So what can you tell people out there that may be in your beginning spot, not necessarily the same exact body as you, but just in that mental, crutch that you were in, the physical, just saying, hey, I want to be the best version of myself. What can you tell those people out there?
You can do it. You can dream it, you can do it. It's one of those things, you don't have to stay in that spot. You can start that day forward, make a commitment not to get any worse. Mm-hmm. And just from that day forward, go forward and do better. Every day, you have to look at it, can I do this for one day? I can do this for one day. Yeah. And you just keep doing it the next day and the next day, and plan ahead. That's having a plan to go by, figuring out what you need for that day is so critically important to stay on track. Because once you don't have what you need, that's when you kind of start to falter. So I think anybody who wants to make a change, they truly can do it. It just takes that determination.
You have to be ready.
And that's what you told me when I sent the first questionnaire, just asking, what is this program about? You said, when you're ready, contact us. Yeah. And that's what I did. I was ready. I was totally in that place where I needed to be.
Because ultimately, I don't want to take clients on that aren't fully ready. I don't want them to spend their money. I don't want them to half commit to a program that I know they're not going to succeed in. Like, the program never fails if the client gives me everything that they have. 90% you're still getting an A in class. It's very similar to that. And so you did amazing. So I want to touch a little bit base on your husband, because your husband was a very unique story too. So they signed up for a couples program, and he started day one. Unfortunately, he hopped on a treadmill and he got hurt day one, but he went through the journey himself, and he's down, are you down 30 pounds, a little bit more than 30 pounds in the 16 weeks too. Hasn't been able to be 100%. So he's going to do his transformation at some point here, but he has done absolutely amazing too. You guys have been a great support system for one another, and I can't tell people enough that if you're going to go through a journey yourself, if you're not one of those people that just completely hardcore, you can focus on a goal and get to it, have support there. Have the positive people around you, a spouse, a friend, somebody that you know you can go to, and then obviously we're here to help guide you through it. So Amy, amazing work. You're going to be an inspiration to so many people. Check her transformation out at hitchfit.com. If you're ready to transform your life, check us out, email us, let us know any questions that you have. We'll be there to help guide you in becoming the best version of yourself. Have a good, happy, healthy day, and we'll talk to you soon.